So there we were, finally in bed. I turn over to my husband and I say, I'm exhausted. Now, before we begin any further, you need to know something. I am a complete baby when it comes to anything that involves pain or discomfort. If I stub my toe, I cry like a baby. If I don't get my 8 hours of sleep every night, I am the most crankiest, irritable, miserable person you ever did meet. But in this case, I was completely justified. I was 9 months pregnant, bloated from head to toe in what was the hottest summer I've ever experienced, along with the fact that this baby would never stop kicking me. I was uncomfortable, tired, and irritable. So when I told my husband that I was tired, he totally got it. He suggested we watch a movie. So we picked a movie about a blended family with 18 children. 10 minutes into the movie, we were laughing hysterically. We couldn't believe it. The mom and dad in the movie were completely like us. The dad was a total military guy, clean cut, liked his rules, liked things in place, didn't like a mess, was very, very organized. The mom was the hippie, the free to be you and me, loving everything, like having pigs and horses and all kinds of things all over the place, and really enjoyed talking about her feelings. So we had a really good time watching the movie. The end of the movie, I was feeling really relaxed. And that was a really good thing because the last week was totally horrendous. I was extremely anxious. I was 1 week overdue with my pregnancy. And if I didn't have the baby in 2 days, I was told I'd have to be induced. Now, from my last pregnancy and my last birth experience, I was induced and I didn't want to go there again. It was the longest, most painful labor I had ever been through. It was the only one, but it was still very, very painful. It was over 12 hours. It was not fun at all. It was terrible. So I was not looking forward to being induced at all with this pregnancy. My husband also was very anxious as well for the same reasons as me, plus he still had one more thing to do before the baby arrived. That was to prepare his look. With our first baby, he didn't have any time to groom himself and prepare himself for the onslaught of pictures that were going to take place after the baby's born. So he didn't look his Sunday best for those photographs. For this baby, that was not gonna happen. So, needless to say. So after the movie finishes, I go to the bathroom, which would be my first pee of the night. Like I pee all the time, every day, all day long, all night long. I sit on the toilet, and all of a sudden, I feel this immense rush, like Niagara Falls, goes right through my vagina into the toilet. Oh my God, my water is broken. I lean over, I look at my husband through the door, and I say, my water's broken, I'm in labor. I say, call the midwife, tell her we're on our way to the hospital. Call your mom, tell her to get here right away, to get in the car with us, to go to the hospital. And call your sister right away to get here to take care of our daughter. A few moments later, he finishes the phone calls. He saunters into the washroom. I'm still on the toilet, still thinking, what am I gonna do now? And I look up at him, but he's not looking at me. He's looking at himself in the mirror, getting ready to shave his head. I look at him, I said, I will meet you in the car. I slowly get myself up, start to get myself ready to get to the hospital. A few minutes later, we're all piled into our pristine Camry, a gorgeous green car, has not one drop of a crumb in it, not one drop of water, not anything. It's a pristine, clean car, because that's my husband's car. I get into the driver, he gets into the driver's seat, I get into the passenger seat. As I turn towards the seatbelt to put it on, all of a sudden, I feel this sudden stabbing pain, as though a knife was cutting through my stomach. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was a painful, painful contraction. It was the most gut-wrenching pain I had ever had in such a long time. I was like, this cannot happen right now in this car. I tell my husband, you need to get to the hospital fast. I can't do this. I can't go through this without any kind of pain or drugs. You need to get me to the hospital as quickly as possible. He gets on the highway and he starts to rev. He starts to get that metal to the pedal as fast as he can, and he starts revving up. As he does, 20 seconds later, oh my God, here's another contraction coming on. That stabbing pain cuts right through my stomach. Oh my God, my mother-in-law is like, okay, it's 20 seconds apart. I don't know if you're gonna make it. Oh my God, I'm gonna have this baby in the car. I can't have this baby in the car. Oh my God, no, 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 no. And it passes again. Shane keeps driving faster and faster, as fast as he can. He finally exits the highway, starts running red lights. He's run 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights. We're on our way to that hospital because there is no way I'm having a baby in his car. No way am I gonna have a baby in his car and mess it all up. There's no way. He finally lands at the emergency entrance, and he jumps out of the car. His mom grabs the wheel of the car. He runs and grabs the first wheelchair he finds, comes and gets me into the wheelchair. Running behind him is a security guard. No, 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 you can't go through the regular emergency. You have to go through the freight elevator. I'm like, oh my God, okay, whatever. Shane's running me through to some dingy little area of the hospital with a freight elevator. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have my baby in a freight elevator. He rushes me through, punches a button, I don't know what happens. A few seconds later, we're up in the maternity ward, thank God. Across the hall, I can see 2 midwives. I see my own regular midwife and another midwife. I look over at them and I say, you need to get me something. I need something, I need help. I can't do this. All these contractions are hurting me and painful, and I can't do this anymore. You guys just need to go and get this baby out of me somehow. I was totally delirious at this point. The new midwife comes over to me and she says, just stand up and give me a hug. So I do. And as I do, I give her this great big bear hug, and she hugs me right back. And all of a sudden, I feel that stabbing pain come back. Oh my God, it's coming. I raise my head and I chomp on her shoulder as hard as I possibly can. At this point, I don't know what's going on anymore. Somehow people have got me into a bed, propped me up with pillows. Somebody's giving me ice cold water of some sort to help me cool down, do something and relax me. I don't know, at this point, I'm squeezing onto Shane's hands and arms, and I'm like, somebody get me my drugs. I need that epidural now, somebody get that to me. And my midwife comes over to me and she's like, it's too late for the epidural. You have to do this on your own. It's coming, and the baby's coming now. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 I can't do this. There's no way this baby can come like this. I can't do this. This is no way. And so the contractions keep coming faster and faster. They're like, okay, somebody says, I'm like, what? They're like, we see a head. You can do this. Just a couple of more pushes. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. No, I can't do this. No, I can't do this. I can't do this. No, 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 no. And all of a sudden, it's done. It's over. The baby has arrived. It's over. I'm like, oh my gosh. So they put the baby on my shoulder, on my chest. I look down at him, and he's red as a tomato and fighter, like with a little fist. And I look at him and I'm like, okay, fine. That's okay, this is good. We'll get through this. You're out of my body. Deal with this later. They whisk him away to wash him up and do the weighing and all the vitals and all that kind of fun stuff. I lean back, take a deep breath. Within a few minutes, he's already back on my chest again. Shane comes over to my side. My mother-in-law picks up the camera and takes a photograph of the 3 of us. Me with the afterglow of my birth, my son red as a tomato, and my husband Shane cleanly shaven. Thank you.